Addition properties. Identity property of addition and the zero property of addition. When you add 0 to any number, the sum is that number. For example, 29 plus 0 equals 29. The commutative property of addition. You can add numbers in any order. For example, 2 plus 3 plus 7 equals 12. Similarly, 7 plus 3 plus 2 equals 12. So it does not matter the order that you add the addends, you will get the same sum. Associative property of addition. You can group addends different ways, and the sum will not change. Addends are grouped with parentheses. You add the part in the parentheses first. For example, 4 plus 3 plus 9 equals 16. Now here I see a little typo. This should be a 9. They have a little typo in their worksheet. 3 plus 9 plus 4 equals 16. 4 plus 3, then add 9, or 3 plus 9 and then 4, both give the same sum. Find the value of the variables. Also tell which property is used. When I add 6 plus 3, I get 9. And then if I add 9 plus 9, I get 18. Now, so A equals 18. Now here, they're having us switch the order around. The 3 is here, the 6 is here, okay? So that means that the 9 needs to be here because we want this to be 18. So B is going to equal 9. Now you notice that we switched the order, and the property that switches the order is the commutative property of addition. All right, question 2. Here we have 10 plus 5, and that equals 15. And then we have 10 to add, so that's going to equal 25. So C equals 25. And we have now, we are not changing the order here. This is going to be a 10 because I had the 10 here and the 5 here. So this D must also mean that that's a 10, okay? What I've changed are my parentheses, which is grouping. I've changed the way I've grouped. Notice the order of my addends has not changed, only my parentheses. So when you change the grouping, that is the associative property. All right, question number 3. Here we have 12 plus E plus 7 equals 21. Now, we are supposed to do what's in parentheses first, but if you do a little bit of mental math here, with 21 take away 7 and 12, you'll see that it's 12 plus 2 plus 7 equals 21. And down here you have 12 plus parentheses 2 plus 7 equals 21. So we have 12 and 12, 2 and 2, 7, 7, 21, 21. So the order of the addends is not changing, okay? Only the parentheses are changing. So this would be the associative property. And E equals 2, and F is going to equal 21. And as I said, we did not change the order of the addends, we just changed how we grouped them. So that would be the associative property. Question number 4, we have 102 plus a number equals 102. Well, 102 plus 0 equals 102. And down below, what number plus 0 equals 102? 102 plus 0 equals 102. So G equals 0 H equals 102. When you add 0 to a number, you get that number. This is called the identity property of addition. Sometimes it's called the zero property of addition as well. Question number 5. This is a longer problem, okay? But if you add 7 plus 9 plus 7 plus 3 plus 8 plus 2, you're going to get 36. So I equals 36. Now you can see that they've changed the order of the addends, but they both equal I. So that means that all of these numbers should match up. So I have a 2 and a 2, a 3 and a 3, a 9 and a 9, a 7 and a 7, an 8 and a 7. So actually I'm only missing one of my 7s because I actually have 2 7s. So this must equal J. And they changed the order of the addends, so that must be the commutative property. Question 6. 11 plus 4, the sum of 11 plus 4, plus the sum of 9 plus 4 equals K. And then we have 11 plus the sum of M plus 9 plus M. All right, so when I look and compare at both of these equations, I can see that K must equal 28. Okay, so I'm going to have K equal 28. And I notice that there's 2 M's and there's 2 4's, so the M must be 4. Now, 11 and 11, 4 and M, 9 and 9, and 4 and M, they're the same order. What's changing is the way we group this problem. So when you change the grouping, that is the associative property. Question 7. 27 plus a number equals 27. And a number plus 27 equals P. All right, so 27 plus 0, 27 plus 0 equals 27. And so we have established that n equals 0. So down here is 0 plus 27 equals 27. So n equals 0 and p equals 27. Two things are happening here. Okay, one, we have the identity property or the zero property going on here. But then in addition to that, we've also changed the order of the addends, which is the commutative property. So we have the identity or zero property and also the commutative property. Question number 8, we have Q plus Q, or the sum of the two Q's, plus 2. And then we have the sum of 7 plus 2, and then add 7, and that equals R. All right, so I'm going to go down to the bottom here first. 7 plus 2 is 9, plus 7 equals 16. Okay, so R is going to equal 16. Now, I have these two numbers are both going to be 7s. So the order of our addends hasn't changed, the grouping has. Q is going to be 7, R is going to be 16, and the property is going to be the associative property. All right, challenge time. Here we have the sum of s plus 3 added to the sum of s plus 3 equals u. And here we have the sum of t plus 8, and then it's 8 added to that, and then t added to that. Now for a moment, don't look at the parentheses, okay? What you'll see here is that we have different things lining up. So the s's line up with the 8's, and the t's line up with the 3's. You can see that. So the S's equal 8 and the T's equal 3. So I'm going to just substitute for the top. So you have 8 plus 3 plus 8 plus 3 equals U. So you have 11 plus 11 equals 22. So U equals 22. And then down here you'd have 8 plus 3 plus 8 plus 3. Okay, and if you did that, you'd also get 22. So the order of the addends hasn't changed, just the way we group them has, and this would be the associative property. So let's look at problem 10. So we have 3's on the top, we have 4's on the bottom, and we have changed the order because if you can see, they're going to crisscross here. Okay, so we have crisscrossed them. So the order has changed. So the V's are 4's, the W's are 3's. And so our equation is 4 on the top, 4 plus 3 plus 4 plus 3 plus 4 plus 3. On the bottom, it's 3 plus 4 plus 3 plus 4 plus 3 plus 4. And if you add both of those up, you're going to get the same value, which is 21. And since we've changed the order, and we've systematically changed the order, it would be the commutative property.